So, hello everyone. In this video, we'll see how we can use switch statement in Power Automate. So, for that, we'll need to know some basics of switch statement. So, switch statement actually compares the value. So, typically, you will apply the switch statement in one particular field. Okay, then you will compare. So, let us assume you have different types of leaves, right? You have sick leaves, you have paid time off like PTOs. So instead of PTO, let me have this as CL casual leave, and then let's say maternity leave and paternity leave. So let us assume we have these four types of leave. Okay, and let me remove this CL from here. So let us say, let's say if an organization only have these four types of leave, and it is quite evident then let's say if the user doesn't have sick leave or either he is not taking maternity leave or paternity leave for XYZ reasons, so it will be considered a casual leave only, right? So I will use this similar concept. So let me build a flow, then you will be able to understand. So I'll go to instant flow. So I will say my flow name as switch use case, and I will create. So I will need certain inputs from my user. So I will say, so it will say enter your employee ID, or let me say it as employee ID, and here I will say please enter your employee ID, and here I will say it as leave type, and here I will say please, here let's say please enter your leave type. Alright, so I will add a new step here. I will use my switch now. So I'll go to control and I will go to switch. Alright, so I need to choose a value. So I'm going to apply my filter in my leave type. Okay, and I will say if my leave type would be SL, and then I will add one more type here, and I will say if my leave type is let's say maternity leave, then I will add one more here, and I will say paternity leave. If all these leaves are not there, it simply means it would be a casual leave. So for that, what I will do, I will declare a variable here. I will say variable. I will declare the variable. I will initialize a variable. And okay, let me say this as leave type. And let me say this as string. Alright. So here, if you see, the user will either type SL or it will type, ML or, CL. It could be anything. But we need a full description here. Say, me go to variable again, and this time I will use set variable. I will use set variable, and here I will choose my variable. I will say this is, or let me say simply say sick leave. I will again add action, and I will say set variable, and let me set the variable. I will say leave type. Here I will choose this as maternity leave. And then I will go here. Now the third type leave would be paternity leave. So again I will choose variable and I will use set variable. Again, I will choose my variable and I will say this as and at the end I will not put any condition, because on default I will assume if the user haven't typed anything, so we'll assume this as sick leave. So it's not sick leave, like casual leave. So let me set variable again. Set variable, and here I will say this has casual leave. And once this all will get completed, I will add a new step here, and let me send an email. Outlook, and I will send an email. I will use the admin email ID here, and here in the subject I will simply say leave type. I will say hello, you have this leave type. Okay, and let me save and test this one. Let's say the employee ID is 123, and let me don't put anything here, even though it seems so mandatory, but let me try. I think it will. Okay, so let me put any random value, like something like this, anything random value. So for random value as well, it will consider that you have sick leave. So okay, so if you see here, email will be sent for casual leave. So if I will go to inbox, here you see, hi, you have choose casual leave. And now if I will again, let me again open that one, switch case. And now let me run this. And here let me say the employee ID as now this, and here let me say this time as SL. So now we'll get an email that you have choose sick leave. So we will go here, you see here. So the basic idea to use switch statement is to compare the values, and based on that, if you want to do certain modification and you have something called default, if all these conditions will not met, then if you want to default something, so you could add that condition inside your default. And let me show you flow. Let me go to edit, and let me turn off. Let me go to the legacy view. So here what we did, we selected two variables, then we initialized a variable, then inside our switch statement we want to compare this leave type from here. Then we have tell if the leave type, if the user will enter SL, then consider this as sick leave. In case of ML and PL, considers it as maternity and paternity leave respectively. But let's say if the user have entered something else apart from this, then this will be considered as sick leave. So thank you for watching this video.